In this tutorial session, let's discuss the Boolean operators. A Boolean operator represents two values, true or false. It evaluates a condition, then returns a value. The identity and membership operators are two types of Boolean operators. An identity operator is used to compare two objects, and the membership operator is used to test whether a value is found in a sequence. We see identity has is and is not. Is returns true if the objects are the same, while is not returns true if the objects are not the same. The membership operators are in and not in. In returns true if a value is specified in a sequence. Not in returns true if a value is not in a specified sequence. Let's start with the identity operators. Our objects are address underscore 1234 and address underscore 1238. The values will be inside of a list. First will be red, black, and white. I'm going to copy and paste so they have the same value. These two data types are a list of strings. If I hover address 1238, we see list with str inside of the brackets. It's a different data type than what we discussed in our previous video, comments and data types. The purpose of a list is to store more than one item in a memory address location. We see the same values are stored in a different object. Therefore, if I print address 1234 equal to address 1238, we expect the console to return true because they have the same value. Now, as expected, we see true. When it comes to an identity operator, we are comparing the objects and not the values. Therefore, if I change equal to is, they have the same values, but they are different objects pointing to a different address. Since they are pointing to a different address, they are not the same. So when I run, we see false because the objects are not the same even though they have the same value. Imagine two houses that are located right next to each other. They look exactly the same but have a different address. One address is 1234 and the other address is 1238. Although they look the same, they are not the same because they have a different address. If I write the ID function, which returns the address of an object, hover the ID function, and we see it returns the identity of an object. This is guaranteed to be unique. Pass in address 1234, then print. When I print the ID for both objects, you will see that it will have a different address. Let's run, and the console shows a different value for each object. We see one of them ends with 7728 and the other one ends with 8240. Now, I'm going to copy and paste this identity operator and change it to be is not. Run, and we see true in the console because both objects are not the same. Now, we can make both objects the same by assigning one object to the other object, like address 1234 is assigned, the value is assigned address 1238. So now when I copy these other print statements and I paste them and run, look what happens. We see now they both have the same address memory location for both objects. That's it for identity operators. Now, let's take a look at the membership operators. Membership operators is a little different because we know they test whether a value is found in a sequence. So our variable will be message equal to I like Python. The sequence can be a string or it can be a list. We can test by writing something like print Python, followed by a membership operator, end. Is Python end message? Yes, Python is in the message. So when I run, the console returns true. The membership operators are case sensitive. So if I write print Python, not in message, we see true in the console because Python with a lowercase p is not in the string I like Python, because I like Python has an uppercase P. Thanks for watching. That's it for Boolean operators, identity, and membership. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. Also connect with me on LinkedIn, follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and I will see you in the next tutorial session.